Now, from the CBS 4 studios, the best high school coverage from all over the Rio Grande Valley. It's time for Sunday Sports Extra.
Hello and welcome to Sunday Sports Extra Week 5 edition. Yes, that's right. 5 weeks down in the Valley High School football season, 6 to go. Hard to believe it, but here we are in the first week of district for about 34 of our 52 Valley teams. I'm Action 4 Sports Director Clay Williams, joined as always by Action 4 reporter, it is Joe Bowling, and I want to welcome our special guest. It's Andrew Crum of the Brownsville Herald.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we're going to talk a lot about the teams that you are covering down in Brownsville, especially in that 32-6A district, and that was where we had one game last night, the only game on Saturday, and that was Los Fresnos traveling down to Sam Stadium to take on Brownsville Lopez. And this one pretty much over from Jump Street. 4th and 14, Falcons go for it on 4th down. Rene Ortega to Pete Perez, takes it all the way in for the touchdown there. And then Los Fresnos just kept up the pressure and kept up that offense. It's looking really good, and the defense may be looking even better, as Los Fresnos is now 4-0 after winning last night, 46-7. Let's take a look at some of the numbers for the Falcons, as they are definitely flying high, only allowing 228 yards per game. That's with last night. That puts them in the top 3 with Mission and Economides in all of Valley 6A. Quarterback Rene Ortega has 13 passing touchdowns. 8 of those go to wide receiver Pete Perez. That is the most receiving touchdowns of any receiver in the Rio Grande Valley. But their opponent's win-loss record, 5-12. The only team with a winning record who they have beaten so far, and they are undefeated, is Ed Couch-Elsa. So let me start with you, Andrew, and let me ask you about Los Fresnos. What are your thoughts on how they look so far? 1-0 in district. The defense so tough. Where are they at? Are they at the top of this? Are they the odds-on favorite to win 32-6A?
You know what? I think they are. I think they're good. I think they are definitely one of the top few teams in that district. I believe that Brownsville Veterans is also up there, but I also believe that Harlingen High and San Bonito are right there as well. I think those 4 teams are going to. Those 4 teams are definitely going to fight for those 4 playoff spots, and you know, it's going to be a battle for the next 6 weeks. So.
Yeah, and Los Fresnos getting it done on offense and defense right now, Joe.
Again, Clay, I think they're still riding that wave of how they got into the playoffs and what they did in the playoffs last year, and they're focused in on that, and I think they're just looking to improve in little areas, and boy, their defense looks good.
Yeah, averaging 37 points a game are the Falcons. They like that new turf they've got on their home field, and they will be there this weekend as they have a big game coming up. That's right, against San Bonito. San Bonito played Hanna last night. So let's talk a little bit about that game on Friday night. It was Brownsville Hanna at San Bonito. Many people thinking this was the battle to make sure that you could get into a playoff spot, and this was the J.R. Gaitan to Armando Medrano show. Armando Medrano, 4 touchdowns receiving in this game. San Bonito's offense on point. They win it 52-28. Afterwards, the quarterback talked about the incredible performance that the Greyhounds showed their fans at home.
From 9th grade, we've been hooking up since then, and today just happened that we connected on good terms, and our line did a good job blocking. I appreciate that. We've been working hard. It was a big win, first district game. We got to come out hard. We took the victory, of course. That's it.
So there we have it. San Bonito now travels to Los Fresnos, and that is a huge game in District 32-6A. Let me go ahead and get your thoughts on it, Andrew. Who wins that game between the Greyhounds and the Falcons at Leo Aguilar Stadium on Friday night?
You know what? I'm going to stick with Los Fresnos. I've seen them play several times. I still think they are one of the top teams. It's going to be a great game regardless. Both have very good offenses, and but I think Los Fresnos' defense is just going to be the difference in that game. So
they are only allowing 228 yards per game, Joe.
Falcons will come out swinging, and they'll hit you, but with that duo right there, San Bonito has the ability to, on any given play, to say, let's go to this, and they'll score some points. San Bonito wins this.
All right, well, I'm going to break the tie and go with Los Fresnos playing at home. I love what the defense is doing. I love the quarterback situation with Rene Ortega. He's looking good there. He's got some great receivers and some great running backs, too, that maybe are overlooked in the Falcons' offensive game. I've got Los Fresnos winning that one. But the best game of the week this past week in District 32-6A was definitely Harlingen South going down to Sam Stadium on Friday night and taking on Brownsville Veterans. How about Brandon Villarreal for the Hawks? He He had 3 touchdown throws, each one of them 50 yards or better. Like one 79-yarder, one 82-yarder, and Harlingen South was putting it on Brownsville Veterans. A little bit surprised were the Chargers fans, but they shouldn't have been surprised by the performance of their quarterback. Marky Castillo was just unbelievable in this game, completely taking over, 141 yards rushing, none tougher than those 30 yards right there. He also had 141 yards passing, and he scores the game winner with 5 seconds left. Andrew, you were at that game. Was there ever a doubt that Brownsville Veterans was going to come back, or were people starting to say, hey, this might be an upset in the making?
You know, I think that I think they never lost confidence. I really don't. I feel like they know they have Castillo. They you know, Marcus runs that offense, and he just gained confidence as that game went on. He had a really good first half, but he had an even better second half. He just did what he needed to do every single drive. He scored their final 3 touchdowns, and I talked to him a little bit after the game as well, and he just seemed like he was confident. The team's confident. They're a confident team just going forward. So
Joe, the offense definitely gets it done for Brownsville Veterans, but the defense having some problems. I mean, they couldn't stop Donna as well. This team needs to improve if they want a chance at that district title.
Yeah, they have to, and that's my sermon all year long, is will your defense step up if you want to talk about postseason play. But yeah, they're going to have to. But credit to Lanny Wilson. You know, if he knows what you're doing, and in most cases he does, you better have something or some playmaker to offset, because otherwise he'll shut your offense down.
All right, we're going to talk a little more about Lanny Wilson when Coach Bruce Bush comes in for Coach's Corner a little later. But right now, coming up next on Sunday Sports Extra, we are coming back and talking about District 31 5A as Roma wins the Starr County Super Bowl. We'll hear from the coach on what's next for the Gladiators, because what's next for the Gladiators, that would be Edinburgh Vella, who won an incredible game against the Sherryland Rattlers. It's all when Sports Extra continues.